Here are two problems for you to try. The first one is the absolute value of x plus 3 is greater than or equal to 5. The second one is the absolute value of x minus 1 is less than 2. So I'm going to work these out. Feel free to try them on your own and then press play to check your answer. Meanwhile, I'm going to begin working them out. We first isolate the absolute value, which is already done for us. Then I proceed to write my two inequalities. X plus 3 is greater than 5. The first one is exactly the way it looks without the absolute value signs. Greater means that we're talking about an or situation, so I'm going to write the word or. The second inequality is exactly the way it looks on the left, dropping the absolute value sign, but then we change our inequality, we flip it, and we change the positive 5 to a negative 5. X is greater than or equal to 2, or x is less than or equal to negative 8. So our answer is negative infinity to negative 8 with a closed interval, union with 2 to infinity. Now another way to write the interval notation is to put a comma in place of the union symbol. So more and more textbooks, I believe, are starting to use that comma to just show that you've got a solution set that is, for instance, from negative infinity to negative 8. And then you also have, it's just a list, 2 to infinity. So you just have this list. So when you list out your values, it's kind of like you're taking this part and you're taking this part and you're just listing them out. And when you list items, you separate each item with a comma. So that's another way that we can write that interval notation. Okay, here we have x minus 1 is less than, so this is an and, is less than 2, and x minus 1 is greater than negative 2. Because it's an and, we can write it in one inequality, and I'm actually going to do that here just to give you something different, because I believe that you can solve the one on the left, solve the one on the right, graph it, get the overlapping region. But if I want to rewrite this when it's an and, this happens when it's an and only with and. X minus 1 goes in the middle, less than 2 goes on the right, but greater than negative 2 goes on the left. So x minus 1 is between negative 2 and positive 2. We add 1 to each part. We get negative 1 is less than x is less than 3. So x is going to be all the values between negative 1 and 3. Negative 1 to 3. And on a graph, that looks exactly like this. Negative 1 to 3.